Guys, come here.
Are you Xavion?
Thanks, everybody.
Get out. Need medics.
Come with me, man. Come with me. We gotta get away from the house. Hey, we gotta get away from the house.
Imagine that you're just going about your day and you see this horrible fire, a house consumed by flame. What would your inclination be? What would you do? Well, for one man, Nick Bostic, he ran to help and ran into the burning building and helped save lives. It's amazing. There are real heroes out there and they're not just in movies. He's from Indiana. He ran into the home and helped save 5 people, including a 6-year-old girl. To do so, he had to jump out of a 2nd floor window with her. And he says he's no hero, which is the ultimate thing to say after you've done something that's indisputably heroic. But anyway, he says that the serious injuries he suffered were all worth it. So he was driving on July 11th in northwestern Indiana City, saw the house in flames, stopped, and ran inside to alert its residents. So there was an 18-year-old woman. She was babysitting 3 siblings, along with a 13-year-old friend of the siblings. So apparently the 18-year-old was able to help get some of the older kids out, but that one child was still missing. So he had to stay in the house searching for this last person as it was utterly consumed by flames. And so he says, I heard a faint whine, a faint crying noise, and I went down there till I found that baby. Because of the dense smoke, he said his only option was to exit through a 2nd floor window. He punched out the glass and jumped to safety with the 6-year-old. And in so doing, he suffered injuries, but he was able to do it in a way that all she got was a minor cut to her foot. So rescuing her in a heroic way and helping stop her from even being injured during that terrifying escape from the building. Now he suffered smoke inhalation damage, an arm injury, and other wounds. He was actually airlifted to a hospital and he was there for about 2 days. But he says that he just did what he would want anyone to do for him and his family if their home was on fire. And honestly, just reading about this makes me kind of tear up that there are still good people. It's so easy to forget that there are good people, but that is just amazing, Rayyvana. I love this story.
It's so sweet. And like, we were joking about this before the show, but this is bravery that she would never ever see from, a police officer. And it is actually a more dangerous job. Being a pizza delivery person, you have higher risk of being, robbed at gunpoint or shot and killed from those robberies than police officers. There's a higher, also car accidents, there's a higher chance you're gonna die on the job as a pizza delivery person than as a police officer. So the thin crust line is real. And this man really truly exemplified what it means to represent the thin crust line. And it feels good to have good stories. Like, this is just a good person doing something nice just because he saw a tragic thing happening and chose to do it. So many people would not put themselves in that situation, and he saved lives.
Exactly. Yeah, I know some people in the chat are like, yeah, I know, but there's firemen. Well, yes, and that's very heroic. I'm not doubting that at all. I'm not taking anything away from them. We should think more often about how heroic that is. And by the way, I will say, maybe we disagree. There are cops who do some heroic things. There have been cases where they do. It's just, it seems like it should be expected. It should be the standard, and all too often they do the exact opposite. But anyway, the firemen also have training and equipment and backup. Like, they're ready for it. For a random person, you don't have that. And so I think you haven't been tested as much. The fear is far more real, more difficult to grapple with. You don't necessarily know what to do to stay safe in that environment to the extent that you even can. And being willing to do it anyway, to search for someone like that, I find so amazing. I had a friend in high school that after high school, he woke up and his house was on fire with his family. And he got some of them out, and one was still inside, and so he ran back in to save. I'm gonna start crying, like thinking about this, and he didn't make it out. Like, he got to safety, went back in to save a life, and didn't get out of there. So it is a very real risk, and not just the fire. The smoke enough can knock you out. It can kill you. It can suffocate you. And so I love to see people doing heroic stuff like this. We need far more of this. But anyway, they set up a GoFundMe page for him. It's raised more than $470,000, far surpassing its goal. I don't know what happens when something like that happens. I assume the money goes to him.
They still get all the money, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would also be cool to have some of that money go to, the family who lost the house too. Yeah. But anyway, that's up to him. And by the way, he gets to do whatever he wants with the money after running into the burning building. I'll just say that. But
just given what he chose to do and risk his life for this family, I'm sure that he would share some of the money with the family.
Yeah.
Just seems like that kind of
100%.
person.
Yeah. By the way, it's so maddening. The stuff that people get paid fabulously for. A-holes at right-wing media that make millions of dollars, and all they do is pump out toxic bile. They make their viewers worse, they make the country worse, and they do it knowing that they will never be poor. Mm-hmm. And then there's good people, and I'm not just talking about running into a building. My sister-in-law, well, I mean, most of that side of the family is teachers, but my sister-in-law is a 4th grade teacher, and she just struggles every day to teach these kids in Texas. And she's never gonna make the money that Tucker Carlson will make in a month. Matt Walsh will make more off of his transphobic movie or whatever than most teachers will make in their whole life. It's just, I know that's the system. It's just so sick the way that it's set up sometimes, what it incentivizes and what it doesn't.
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished, so.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, I just want to quickly show you can see a photo. They had a headline about it, but we'll jump ahead to the photo of Nick Bostic recovering from his injuries. I mean, he spent 2 days in the hospital. I imagine that the smoke damage was significant, but you can see there the family. That's awesome. You think they stay? Do they stay in touch after that? Do they stay friends after that?
I feel
that seems like it would bond you.
Yeah, absolutely. You had shared a near-death experience, and had the heroism of a stranger save your life. You gotta be friends forever now.
100%. Yeah. Make a TV movie out of that. We could use it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.